Yeah, so Joey, you kind of had bounce back performance today after coming off a loss versus Lehigh and everything in your individual. So just what was the difference maker in this match coming out today and getting that win today?
I mean, we've had a pretty rough schedule here in January, and so I mean, I think a lot of the guys' bodies are a little juiced right now. But I mean, we're gonna get back, and we bounced back a little bit tonight, and we had a few guys that could have wrestled a little better. I mean, Ty had a great match. That was a good guy he wrestled, and I mean, Duke came to wrestle today, and we could have done a lot better at a lot of other weights.
Mm-hmm. And Coach Dresser always talks about getting bonus points at the end of matches and everything. That was specifically what you did today. So just kind of what was your mindset going into that at the end for the third period there?
I mean, going into the whole match, it was just score points, and I mean, that kid was being stingy at first, wrestling on a knee, just like the Lehigh kid did, and that's something I need to kind of capitalize on. When guys wrestle on the knee, I just need to go ahead and get on their head, and that's what I did, and get to my offense, and I feel like it would have been a different match if I would have actually wrestled like I did tonight and got a little bit more offensive.
Looking ahead, in 2 weeks, you guys have to go up against number 7 NC State, and last year that was a tough match. How can you guys prepare, with this 2-week break to get ready for them?
I mean, we're not gonna really change much. We're gonna take some time off, obviously, just let our bodies heal up, and then we should be ready to go. But I mean, they're a good team. They're ranked 7th in the country, you said. So I mean, we got to be ready for any match. I mean, any match we go in, we always think of the teams ranked number 1 or 2. You never want to go in just thinking they're gonna lay down for you, because none of these college teams are gonna do that.
This team has been really good consistently all year. What has been the biggest key to that consistency?
You're talking about Tech or Duke or
Tech.
Tech. Okay. I mean, I just feel like we have a good camaraderie with the team. Just kind of going into matches, we're always real happy, kind of mess around with each other and stay positive at all times. I mean, we never really like to get down on each other, and so if like one guy loses, we never really try to look at that loss. We always try to look at the positives and kind of build off that.
Did you and Zach really have any words after last match and kind of talk about how you guys are going to bounce back into today?
We just kind of looked at each other and shook our heads and just smiled. We thought it was a bad dream, and so I mean, we came back here and we came ready to wrestle.
So, Coach, this Duke team was pretty scrappy. Tough match with Ty Walls and a pin at 133. How would you grade their performance tonight?
It was a tough Duke team. We knew it was going to be a tough Duke team. We kind of set ourselves up schedule-wise for a tough weekend. And, we've been on a bus 14 hours this weekend already, going to Lehigh and back to Lehigh on Thursday and Friday night, and getting back Saturday morning at 4 a.m. So maybe that little bit of that's on me in terms of maybe not ideal scheduling. But we have to understand as a team that wrestling isn't ideal, and winning at the highest level is never ideal. And you got to battle through some things, and so we battled through some things today, and I thought some guys did a good job there. Hats off to the Duke heavyweight. He's ranked 5th in the nation. He redshirted last year. He was a 184-pounder 2 years ago, and he's kind of a nobody. He won a big tournament over the holidays and put himself on the map, and obviously we underestimated him maybe a little bit, and good for him. We'll get a chance to see that match again, maybe in the ACC finals in a month. At 33, we just don't feel good yet. We're not doing the right things. When you weigh in and you compete an hour later, if you don't do the right things 12 to 24 hours beforehand, it shows up out there. And we know we've got a really good wrestler, Dennis Gustafson. He just didn't feel good today. So those are the 2 matches right now that probably bother me the worst. Hats off to Sal Mastriani and David Brigida for stepping in there when the pressure was on. Solomon Shisco, wow. Those guys stepping in there when the pressure was on. There's some good things too. So overall, we were a little bit tired, and maybe that's on me a little bit, but we got to figure out how to do hard things.
To kind of bounce off what you were just saying, your upper weights get a lot of attention. You kind of let off with those 3, and it was still pretty tight after that. What did that do for the confidence of some of the guys in the middle that don't get that attention?
Well, good point. That's good for our middle guys. 49, 57, 65 was kind of like bang, bang, bang. And that sealed the deal for us, and 74, of course. So, we just knew Duke was going to come out and wrestle us tough, and they did.
And looking ahead, you guys got number 7 NC State in 2 weeks, and you're looking for the 3rd year consecutively where you haven't lost an ACC dual meet. Does any of that play into preparing for this team?
Well, we wrestle in 13 days, and we get a day off tomorrow, and we'll probably give them. We haven't had a weekend off all month. I think we've had 10, 12 dual meets. Pete can tell me, I don't know, he can check real quick, but we've had a lot of dual meets in January, and it's been a grind, to say the least. So, the good news is, we've set such a high bar at Virginia Tech, so when we go out and, two really good guys lose on Friday night and then Walls loses today, sometimes people think the sky's fallen, but, we're winning dual meets. We get to wrestle for an ACC championship against a really good team in 13 days, so I'm a guy that likes to look at the glass half full, not half empty, so that's an honor to be in that situation. We haven't lost an ACC dual meet for a long, long time, and I don't want to lose anymore, so that's going to always be the goal.
You talk about a progression as like a big word in this program. Is that something you saw today specifically, or is that something you need to keep moving forward?
I saw progression at 149. I saw, just in terms of body language and feeling good, I saw progression at 157. I saw progression at 164. I saw progression at 184, so 125, I saw, a little bit of progression. Obviously bouncing back after a loss for 25 and 74 were good things, but yeah, we just have to keep doing that. And, there's peaks and valleys in a 4.5 month season. So, we've been able to get our hand raised as a team, 16 times and lost one dual meet. So we put ourselves in a position to wrestle for an ACC title and maybe a pretty daggone big match on February 19th at Castle.
And obviously Moss Art Center is a special environment. I think this puts you at 7-0 now in this environment since it's open. So it's kind of like, what is wrestling in this environment, seeing all the fans out there and everything like?
It's a great environment. It's very unique and very different. Maybe we need to schedule Penn State here next year, huh? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, but.
How's Kevin Nordstrom coming along with the cartilage in his chest?
We hope he's ready for NC State. We know that's going to be the push. We'll see if he's ready. That's a tough one to come back. He's got the second-ranked guy in the nation if he wrestles against NC State. So we as a staff have to really evaluate to see if he's ready to go. Maybe we'll wrestle him then. Maybe we'll wrestle him against South Dakota State. Maybe we'll wait till the next weekend. It really is a truly day-to-day situation.
And Sully looked so much better after dealing with the stomach issues this weekend. What can you say about that?
Well, I think we fixed his stomach, but more than anything, I think we're starting to fix his head a little bit. And somehow it's amazing how the head's always related to just about everything else.